What would your requirements be then to change from this van?
This is a clip from a video he made up in the Lake District. I'm just using it though so that I can do this voiceover intro. Many thanks to all of you who sent me lovely comments as soon as you knew that I wasn't too well. I'm on the mend now, and this video is just really to update you on what's been going on in the meantime. Oh, one thing I need to explain is it was filmed on my Osmo Action 3, which is new, and I still haven't got the settings quite right because there's a lot of shake on the picture for some reason, so I'll try and sort that out as going forward. It's the first time I've been out of this house since what, about the 17th of Feb. Now I'm going to look as rough as hell to you folks because that's how I feel, but it's been a long time, but I am on the mend. Anyway, I'll talk more about that when we get to where we're going. Welcome back to the channel. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Huh. That used to be a Ford garage.
What's it now?
It's a vet's. This is Burgess Hill, and this is the first place I ever did foot patrol in the police. And the most embarrassing thing that happened to me was I was working nights, and at that time that was a Ford garage, and they used to have the car of the week. And if a burglary happened on your beat and you hadn't found it, you'd be in a lot of trouble. I think I'd only been in the job a few months, very inexperienced, and I walked my beat to the best of my ability, and I went home to bed, and about 11 o'clock I got called in by the chief inspector, so I had to get up, go back into work, see the chief inspector, and I got absolutely berated for failing to spot a theft on that garage forecourt. But the most embarrassing thing about it was the theft of wheels off the car of the week, which was on a bloody ramp raised up in the centre of the car park with floodlights on it. And I had not spotted it. I wanted the ground to open up and swallow me. What a beautiful day. A bit hazy, can't see much.
Nice bit of sunshine though.
Yeah. Got a fair few squeaks and rattles in this at the moment, haven't we?
Yeah.
Quite busy here. Hopefully we'll get a spot. We don't want to do much, do we?
No, we're just going to have some lunch.
A little bit of lunch, and if we feel like it, I just go for a very small walk. If we get a shady spot, you can sit in the sun.
You
get
need to
get
sit
a little
in the sun. Get some
I need
vitamin
some
D.
sun. I haven't had any vitamin D since before Christmas. Christmas Eve, I went down with the lurgy. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 big fans. There's room for a little one.
Going in here, right?
Yeah, perfect. That'll do for us, won't it?
Yeah. So this will be interesting because we haven't done this for so long.
Yeah, we haven't been out at all, have we?
No.
So we've only just got some water in there. We've got no water in the van, have we, in the system? No point filling up the system.
This looks like Danish water. Yeah, still got Danish water.
Danish water from Denmark. Now, I should imagine a lot of you would be saying I shouldn't be out. Well, I'm going to keep myself to myself. I don't think I'm infectious because I've had this so long now. But I just had to get out. I was going stir crazy at home. And we're only coming out for an hour or so.
Just for some lunch.
Yeah. The other thing that went wrong with me was I got conjunctivitis in this eye and a little bit in this eye. And that's only just begun to clear up. But if you'd seen it when it was at its peak, it was a real mess. That's why when we did the update video, I didn't want to be on camera, because I think some of you would have passed out. How's the gas showing?
Well, it's showing, I think the valve's stuck.
Yeah.
It does that quite often.
It does.
We filled up in Denmark, didn't we?
Is it turned on and everything? It is, isn't it?
It's just that, isn't it?
Can you hear
You
it?
can hear it, yeah. Yeah.
Thought we were going to be without lunch then for a minute.
Well, without a cup of tea.
So I haven't felt like doing anything really since just, you know, Christmas Eve. It's when I went down with it. I did start doing a bit of editing, and then it got too bad and I stopped. We've got a few films left, haven't we?
We've got 6 episodes already edited of the Stately Homes trip that we did last summer.
So that should last us now that we're at 1 a week.
And there will be more, probably at least another 3 episodes of that trip. And then there's the whole of Denmark.
I will edit Denmark then, and then after Denmark we spent a little bit of time in France again, didn't we?
Yes.
So
There'll be a bit more France.
we'll add that on to our France series. We did some nice things on that little bit at the end of the trip. So what are you cooking, chef?
Well, this is the problem of it being so cold now. This butter is not going to spread.
Hang on then, wait, because you just tear the bread.
Yeah.
I'd give you a tip. If you make the sandwich without the butter on the outside...
Oh, we were going to toast it?
Yeah, we're going to toast them.
Oh, yes, I forgot we were toasting them.
Make the sandwich without the butter, and then when it's hotter, you can butter it.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
We've got cows near us and dogs next door. They're coming along nicely, Charlie Brown.
Works a treat. Now they're nice and warm.
Yeah, butter them out very easy, won't they?
Yeah.
Very busy here today. 1 in, 1 out, immediately replaced.
Nice weather.
Yeah, these old birds. They're big old crows, aren't they? So we've been watching all the videos from the NEC, haven't we? That's kept us going whilst I've been sitting in one spot.
Yeah, it's been fascinating looking around all the vans and seeing what's out there.
What we were saying was it's interesting how, well, the vast majority of YouTubers pick the same vans to report on, don't they?
Yeah, it was good to see all the new versions of vans. See what you get a real good feel for what they're like inside, don't you, when people show you it on video?
Have you seen anything you like then?
We don't really want anything bigger than this, much bigger. It's burning, distracting me.
Have we burnt it?
Yeah.
Oh no!
Look what you...
That's my fault, because I started filming and asking silly questions.
Yeah, I had it all under control.
Now we're burning the... She sat on it. She's cross with me now, you know. But she can't do anything because I'm poorly. Now concentrate on this one, Carol, so that we don't make the same mistake. Well, tasty, Charlie.
Good. Even the burnt bit.
Even the burnt bit.
Good.
One of the worst things about being ill is I've been off my food, haven't I?
You have, yeah. I've even been dishing you up a small portion and you haven't been able to eat it all.
No.
It's most unusual.
Really tasty, Bunny, thanks for that.
What would your requirements be then to change from this van? What improvements would you want?
The first improvement I would want is our next van must be able to comfortably entertain 2 other people.
More space here. with a table would be nice.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Yeah, I
but
mean, we have got a table, but it's not.
We don't bring our table because it's more. It suits us not to have the table in the boot. The limiting factor with this van at the moment is this seat obviously can't swivel because we got the fridge and the unit there, and so we can only.
We've only got 2 seats here.
We've only got 2 seats. I suppose at a pinch you could fit 3 people on that, but I think that would be really uncomfortable, wouldn't it? We've always gone into other people's vans, haven't we? Which is fine, and they've never minded, but it really is a bit, it should be give and take, shouldn't it?
Yeah.
So if you're with people.
Well, I think I'd still go for a pop top.
Why?
Because you've got the height advantage. Being able to get into car parks under barriers, multi-storey car parks.
Obviously, having a big van, you can have whatever you want, can't you? But what worries us about that is the vast majority of our camping is wild camping, and we don't really want to give that up. We don't really want to go back onto campsites.
I don't think we would bother with a shower and toilet still.
No.
Because they just take up a lot of space for something that you're not going to need very often.
Yeah, I couldn't care less about having a shower and a toilet in the van.
No.
I'd rather have the space for other stuff. So the van has got to be small. It can be bigger than this, can't it?
Probably no more than 5 metres in length.
Yeah.
And then the other advantage with the pop top is you get another bed. So I quite like those with the pull down bed. And then you have the choice of where you sleep, up or down.
Yeah, I think if the bed was comfy and easy to use, that would definitely be an option, especially if it's really hot, wouldn't it? To go up there and sleep with just the midgenettes and stuff.
From experience, we know that a lot of the time the weather's not good enough to have the pop top up.
No.
Just a bit of wind, rain. And you can't put the pop top up, so you've still got to be able to sit on these seats with the roof down.
Yeah.
And still be able to cook really with the roof down.
And in this van, that's no problem for us, is it? Because you can sit there quite comfortably.
It's a bit of a pain
with the roof
cooking
down
sometimes because you're a bit hunched over. It's perfectly doable.
Yeah, but it's all a compromise, isn't it? Every van is a compromise.
Yeah.
We were quite taken at the show with all the Volkswagen vans, weren't we? I'm no Volkswagen fanboy or anything like that. It's not. It's not the fact. But they were the majority of the vans there, weren't they?
Yeah.
But one of my concerns is how easy are they to sit in with a rib bed or a rock and roll bed with the roof down. Does your head touch the roof? Because of all of the demonstrations at the NEC, the roof is always up, isn't it?
Yeah.
And looking at some of them, when people sat in the seat, it looked to us that your head would touch the roof.
When you look to see where this is,
yeah.
on some of them it was right down here, and you think, well, there's no way that you can sit there with the roof down.
No. So having that roof down would be very, very important to us. What else?
So external height, maximum 2 metres really.
Yeah, we want to be able to get under 2.1. We accept if we went up from this, there will be some barriers we can't get under. In this van, we very rarely, well, it's probably only ever happened once, isn't it? The only one I can remember barrier that we couldn't get under was the one in France. So what we're interested in is the Webasto diesel heater, aren't we?
Yeah, and it's a and they do a Wallace stove top.
Yeah, Wallace. What is it called? It's
Wallace.
The Wallace. Yeah, that's right. The Wallace stove top, which is also a heater, isn't it?
Yeah. So it sits on here where your hobs are.
A little bit high, doesn't it?
And it lifts up, and you've got a high ring and a low ring, but it's completely flat.
Yeah.
And it's heated up by diesel, taken directly from your diesel tank.
Yeah.
And then there's a little control panel here that you can just switch it from cooking to heating, and then the hot air blows out from there.
Yeah.
So you don't get hot air around your feet.
No.
It comes out from there.
Everything has got pros and cons, hasn't it?
Plus, it's very slow to heat up. So for cooking,
in comparison to gas, it is. The video I saw, it takes about 7 minutes to reach temperature. But in van life, 7 minutes is nothing.
Everything's slow in van life.
Everything is slow in van life. So I suppose it's a bit like cooking on an Arga, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, and then once it's hot, isn't it? And it probably takes a while to cool down.
Yeah. But one day diesel will be gone as well, won't it?
One day.
If this government continue with this crazy plan to take us everything electric, I mean, my goodness. Been watching the cyclone disaster in New Zealand just lately, and of course all those communities cut off by that cyclone, and every single one of them are surviving only through the use of petrol generators. Can you imagine what it's going to be like if there's no petrol generators, no petrol, no diesel, and we're just relying on electricity? I think it's a bloody joke, to be honest with you. Diesel would be good, because diesel is definitely going to be around for quite a long time. My banana.
Banana.
I'll share it with you. Oh, have you got one as well?
No. Well,
I'll have half
or
of that
you can
one.
have a whole one.
No. So if anybody out there has a Wallace cooker diesel hob, I'd be really interested in hearing your thoughts on it, especially about what it's like to cook on it, how practical it is, and any pros and cons that you've got to share. What else?
Well, another thing that would be nice to have is those blinds that are fitted into the windows.
Oh, yeah.
And like the front windscreen.
That you see in the bigger vans.
What are they called? Remo
blinds, I think.
Blinds.
Yeah.
They're very nice. And one of the Volkswagen vans actually had double glazed
windows, didn't they?
Windows.
Yeah. Isn't that the ocean?
I think that's the California Ocean, yeah.
Yeah. That I call them caravan style. Yeah. I mean, you don't get any condensation on them because they're double glazed. Just being able to close some blinds at night would make a big difference.
And for the sun as well. Like now, if you had a blind in that side window,
yeah, you
could just pull it across.
I mean, this doesn't work very well at all. It stops the light hitting me, but of course this is heating up like a little hot pad,
which
and
is
radiating then the heat. Fine in winter, but in the summer it doesn't work at all. But then even a blind inside isn't as good as putting some reflective on the outside.
I mean, in the summer you would put reflective outside, wouldn't you? You'd put one of those emergency blankets magneted to the outside.
I would.
Still wouldn't bother with a wastewater tank.
Well, you probably wouldn't get a choice in a bigger van. Most of them come with them. But I'd have some concerns about an external water tank unless it was fully lagged.
For freezing in the cold weather.
Yeah, we just want simplicity, don't we?
Yeah.
Want everything to be kept simple.
So not bothered about hot water.
No, couldn't care less about hot water system.
Don't even want a porta potty.
No, don't want a porta potty. Don't want a shower. We just want storage space.
What about the fridges? We saw quite liked the drawer fridges.
Although I'd say that is an excellent fridge that we've got in this van.
Yeah. And the Volkswagen ones have like a chest fridge, don't they, that opens at the top?
I quite like them because they're very what do they call it, efficient, aren't they? Because you lift the lid, all the cold air stays in the fridge. Whereas with this type of fridge, obviously all the cold air pours out, and therefore it has to recool it. It swings and roundabouts, isn't it? This fridge is much easier to get to what you want quickly. And the other one, you have to move stuff out of the way if you've packed it full of.
But then it's how easy is it to get to with the bed down as well? That's
a limitation of this van, isn't it? But then again, we knew that well before we bought it. And the payback of this van is we've been able to take it anywhere.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
I love this van. I love this van.
Yeah.
We've had no problems with it.
It's been brilliant. It's great fun.
We've had good support from Sussex campervans, and it's been a cracking van. And we're not even saying we're getting rid of it yet, are we?
No, we'll probably we're certainly keeping it for at least another year, 2 years maybe. Yeah.
Well, I'm thinking we should make the move in the next 12 months.
Yeah, because there'll be a waiting list anyway for any new van.
Yeah. The waiting lists are long, aren't we?
But yeah, it can be huge.
Very long.
Now. Yeah, so up to 2 years.
Up to 2 years, yeah. But then again, we could just make use of the second-hand market. It doesn't have to be a new van, does it? As long as it's been looked after and maintained. The second-hand market, but second-hand with this long waiting that's going on, the second-hand market is also, of course, hotting up.
Yeah, the prices will be sky high.
They're hard to get hold of. And of course, you can't be to get something that meets all of our requirements would be quite difficult, I think.
Yeah. Then the only other option then is to get one made for you to your specification,
or to build one ourselves.
I think that's a bit beyond.
Beyond?
Well, certainly beyond my capability.
Yeah, so many people have done it though, haven't they?
Yeah.
I've never built anything like that before. I don't think I've got the skills to do it. I've got the skills to do it.
I haven't got the tools to do it.
To lash it together, no doubt at all, but I haven't got the skills to make a bloody good job of it like a lot of people do.
All the space.
Yeah, exactly. Well, space-wise, you would rent a workshop, wouldn't you? Rent the workshop, but we'd have to rent the workshop, buy all the tools, get all the skills, and do it. But then again, being retired, I suppose, with nothing else to do,
A bit of project.
never say never. It couldn't be done.
5-letter word.
Yeah.
Ending in E. With an A and a B in it.
I haven't got a clue. I don't like puzzles.
No.
They hurt my brain, so...
So there's no U in it either, or D, so it can't be abide or abuse. Above, A, B, O, V, E.
I thought it was above.
Yay!
Only an absolute snide says I thought it was that, once the problem has been solved. Right, shall we go for a walk?
Yeah.
Only a small one. Thank you for my lunch, Charlie Brown.
You're welcome.
We're going to wash up at home, are we?
Yes, let's just take it all home to wash up.
Yeah. It's very windy, Bunny.
It is. The windmill's not going round there, the big one.
So we just go up the track a little bit, shall we? Probably more sheltered from the wind there.
Yeah. So are these going to work through clothes?
I don't know, let's move yours a little bit, hang on. Okay.
Oh, that's cold.
Yeah, it's a bit, isn't it? We'll just go to the top of the hill and come back. Not up too much more than that, I'm afraid. This is new, isn't it? The coffee mill at Clayton.
Oh, that was there when I came with Roger and Linda and we went for a walk.
Where is it?
It's just a minute walk up there.
Oh.
Or no, it's or is it? No, it's normally down there.
Yeah.
It's not up
It's
here.
not going to be up here, is it?
No, so don't go up here. Yeah, so it's obviously not there today.
I'm trying to pull the wool over my eyes, Charlie Brown. How are you finding walking up the hill?
Fine.
Can't beat it when it's like this.
Clear sky.
Blue.
Look at the moon.
And green.
Yeah.
Always reminds me of the Microsoft hill.
Yes. What's that white thing on the horizon?
Sorry, what's what?
That white thing on the horizon.
That's an aeroplane.
Wow, that's low.
People are never going to see this. It's not low, it's just an optical illusion.
Yeah.
It's higher than what we are by probably 1,000 feet. And then of course there's
like,
nothing
this is
below
really
it, is
high,
it? So it's probably a couple of thousand feet, that is.
So it's a little private plane.
Yeah. They all like to skirt along the downs on their way to Shoreham.
Yeah.
Muddy, isn't it?
Yeah.
The old hedges have had a good thwacking.
Yep, trimmed before the summer.
Reminds me of Clarkson's Farm.
Yeah.
I've been watching Clarkson's Farm.
Oh, he's doing really well.
It's a brilliant series.
He's had record viewing figures for Prime. Yeah.
And he's doing more for farmers than anybody
Yeah.
has done. I think he puts Countryfile to shame.
It does.
Okay, I think this is enough for me.
Yeah. Don't
Too
overdo
claggy
it.
and I'm out of puff.
Getting out of breath.
Yeah,
Okay, well, it's quite a steep hill.
we didn't get very far. Right, back home now, I think. It's been good to get out.
Yeah, fresh air.
It'd be also good to get back. Right, you can drive.
I feel like I've been dragged through a hedge backwards.
So do I.
I don't know what I look like.
You look fine. But I clearly haven't got much energy,
No.
so I feel the same.
Yeah, look a bit weak.
Yeah, okie dokie.
Let's take you home.
Let's get back. And we're off.
Job, we've got a little van.
Yeah. Well, I hope you enjoyed the update. That's all from us. We'll see you next time for more adventures from the Little Red Camper. Thanks for watching. Well, if you got this far through the video, aren't we worth a sub? If you're not subscribed, then please hit that subscribe button and help our channel grow.